Perhaps one of the biggest obstacles to living a life in New York City for many undocumented people is the fact that not having an identification card makes it very difficult for them to live their basic lives. You need an identification card to get into buildings that have security. You need an identification card very often if the police have some reason to stop you. You need an identification card for many different reasons. For years in New York, we have been wrestling with the problem of what to do. You remember then Governor Spitzer proposed giving driver's license to anyone who could drive, thereby giving them to the undocumented. It caused some controversy. That proposal was withdrawn. But the problem still exists, combined with another problem, and that is that for many in New York City who live in communities that are not heavily banked, that don't have a lot of resources, they rely upon neighborhood wiring stores and we're carrying around a great deal of cash. There is then the additional problem that, frankly, you don't want to have an identification card that stigmatizes the undocumented. If only the undocumented have an identification card, very few people would apply for it for fear of being identified that way and fearing the wrath of immigration officials or the community. So the proposal that I'm announcing today is from my idea book, Keys to the City. It's from the second version, actually, the additional Keys to the City. This is idea number 72, create a Big Apple card. It would be a card that doesn't have to look like this. It could be used for many different things. One, it could be a low-cost ATM card. Secondly, it would be a card that anyone could get just for purposes of identification. Third, we would have it be something that could be used in connection with city services, like perhaps to be used at our libraries, to be used as a discount card for cultural institutions, and maybe if we're able to work it out with the federal government, to be used as a version of the electronic benefits card. This solves the fundamental problem that many people have, that they don't have identification, but it also does it without creating stigma. That is an important part of this conversation. So the creation of the multi-purpose Big Apple card is idea 72. It's part of our Keys to the City, and we believe it would be very successful in providing services to people who need it most, providing law enforcement with a way to identify people, and also providing citizens with the ability to operate in the economy without being isolated because of their status.